MSLs and sales reps play two very unique and distinct roles in pharma and biotech companies. But from the perspective of a KOL, does this difference actually matter? Does it actually add value? If an MSL walks into a meeting with a KOL or a sales rep walks into a meeting with a KOL, what do they see? They see a representative of the company, and they probably do not care about the difference. What do you think? Do you think it's important to educate on the difference between MSLs and KOLs? I'm going to argue from the customer perspective, this doesn't matter at all. Stick around. We're going to dive into this more. Be sure to share your thoughts as well. I'm Patrina. Welcome to Medical Affairs Strategy Hacks. This is a YouTube channel dedicated to helping medical affairs professionals demonstrate their value by improving strategic thinking, communication, relationship building, and productivity skills. Thank you so much for being here. So where do you stand? Do you think it's important for MSLs to educate on the difference between their role and the role of the sales reps? I'm not saying or advocating for doing anything non-compliant. I'm talking about from the perspective of the KOL. As I mentioned before, when a MSL or a sales rep walks into a meeting with a KOL, they most likely just see a representative of a company. They're too busy and have information overload to try to process this. Plus, it's not worth it to them. It doesn't add a lot of value. Here's an example or a story of why I think that this is the case. For many, many years, I worked as an application scientist for a product for GE Healthcare. This has a lot of similarities to the MSL role, where you spend a lot of time educating PIs on the science around this product, as well as everything else that is going on in the field. It's not medical focused, but there are definitely a lot of similarities. Over my years of working in this role, I oftentimes went to meet my customers and something would be broken with their microscope. And they would want me to fix it. I would have a conversation with them around how I'm not in the service department. This is a different function within GE. It's separate from my function in sales and blah, blah, blah. And you know what would happen? Their eyes would just glaze over. They didn't care. They just wanted to have their problem fixed. That's why I believe spending a lot of time educating on the distinction between an MSL and a sales rep is not worth it in the KOL's eyes. All they see is a representative of the company. Definitely share your thoughts. Which camp are you in? I think a better question for us to be asking is if the MSLs and sales reps are effectively collaborating and working compliantly together to provide a high value interaction and make sure that the KOL is having a good engagement with all representatives of the company. If you want to learn more about what HCPs want from MSLs, I have an article on that. You should check it out. I'll link it up above. What do you think about this, changing this focus from emphasizing on the difference between MSLs and sales reps to more focusing on what the customer thinks or how the customers view the difference? If you want to learn more about working closely with sales, and if you aren't doing that already, you're probably missing out on a whole bunch. I've got a hack on that as well. All right, jump into this conversation. What do you think? I think it should be focused more on just meeting customer needs and providing value at every interaction. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this hack and found it useful, please be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's super helpful. I produce new content on a weekly basis. You can read that on the Medical Affairs Value blog. Be sure to sign up for my newsletter so that you can get a nice summary email of all the new content I produce every Monday morning. Thank you very much.